Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to beat your first boss. So I started up a new character in a new world, and as you can see there's not much to do. The first thing you want to do before you beat your first boss, I'm in a corruption world right now. If you're in a crimson world, just do the same thing. The things might look a bit different, but just do basically the same thing. So basically first up you want to look for a dungeon somewhere in your world. It's going to be at the edge of each of your worlds. And once you get there, don't go too far down it, because then you'll just die. Basically, a giant skull guy just comes and smacks you and does 1,000 damage. So I'm guessing most people don't want to die like that, especially on the first game. So try not to drown like I am right now. Try not to go in lakes if you can. So basically, while you're on your way there, if you start to get bored, just chop down some trees, equip your axe, which is in slot 3, and then start chopping down trees. 100 wood is good. Alright, I've got 100. Alright, what you want to do first is get this workbench, run away from slimes, because they're scary. Alright, place down the workbench, and then what you want to do is craft your first armor. So you get the wood helmet, put it in your helmet armor slot there. Get the wood breastplate, put it in your armor slot there. Get the wood greaves, put them in your armor slot there. And then when you see the slimes, they'll kill them. There you go, you've killed your first slime. Well done guys, you achieved the mastermindness of killing a slime. Well done. You can I recommend taking your workbench with you. But I'm just going to leave mine here for now. Once you've crafted your armor, you can just go run over this way. And also, if you have a bit of spare wood left, just craft some of these platforms. They will help you. Ooh! If you ever see some water droplets like that, you want to build up there. Let me get some more wood. Alright, this is very rare to happen to you at the start of the run, but just in case it does, I'm just going to show you what to do. So you get more trees, get your wood platforms, and then you might have guessed already, but you should normally build up if you can. Yeah, just build all the way up with your platforms. Alright, as you can see, there's a cloud. I generated mine as a small world. I recommend a large world. But the sad thing about this floating island, it's called a floating island because it's a floating island, is it's only got a lake. If it's got a lake, it won't give you anything very useful. It's just a special type of fishing area. We don't really need fishing yet in the game. But there's that. If you find one with a building on, basically go in the building and open the chest. You'll get some good items. But if you don't find anything like that, just keep going. Keep going throughout your world until you might find this thing called a good dungeon. You'll see what it looks like when I show you. Alright, I'm going to cut ahead in the video until I find a dungeon. Alright guys, I haven't made it to the dungeon, but if you find a purple area like this is the corruption. It's highly dangerous for new players like you, if you're watching this as a new player, as a guide. Alright, so you'll find these guys, they do a lot of damage early on. So, I'd recommend try to kill them. If you can't, then just run away. Alright, just run away, basically. Alright, that's not what you're meant to do. If you find a hole, don't go down it. Alright, we're gonna hope for better luck if we go right. Just right, go straight right. See if we can get something better there. So that was part of the corruption, that was a corrupted desert. It's very highly dangerous around there. What I'd quite like to do is chop down another tree. Alright, we chopped down the tree. Alright, then I want to make another workbench. Right, I've made a workbench. Then what I want to do is craft a wooden sword. This was 7 rather than 5, which is, I'd say, pretty good. Also, these shurikens are quite good. They do 10, but they're limited. And he gets 11 from what I got. As you can see, I'm killing the slimes a bit faster. Also, this sword, it goes all over you like that, which is more helpful than the copper short sword. It's a bit strange how a wooden broadsword is, well, a wooden sword that's bigger than a copper short sword is actually stronger than it. I guess it's bigger, but I don't know why, even though it's probably not sharper and it's not strong. But okay, I'll see you when if I find a dungeon. Alright guys, we made it to a new biome. It's called the jungle. It's kind of dangerous, not as dangerous as when you get to hard mode, which we're not talking about in this video because it's a bit later on from where you are now. I'm just showing you the jungle for now. There's a lot of cool stuff around here. One of my favourite biomes, to be honest, especially if you go really deep underground. It's very cool in this jungle. Let me just kill these slimes. Alright, jungles, as you can tell, pretty dangerous. So, guys, I'm just gonna go to my better character so I can actually show you what the dungeon is like. So I'll go ahead in the video until I get there. Alright guys, I'm back at my, well, at the same world but with my normal character. So I'm going to move a lot faster. Do not ask how any of this stuff works because it's very powerful and you're not getting it until like the end of the game. So don't ask. I just couldn't really be bothered to keep dying and trying. So I just got this stuff ready. So let's investigate this side first, and then we'll investigate the other side. You can make it. Alright, this is a. Oh yeah, so it can't be on this side because that's the beach. If you make it that far and there's a beach, you can tell the beach because, well, there's sand and there's like a giant lake, kind of like this but bigger. Don't ask why I walk on water as well. Just a little power I have. Okay. Here's my tower thing. Alright, this is what the bad floating islands look like. Alright, if I find a good floating island, I'll show you what that looks like. But for now, I won't show you any floating islands, so we're going to the dungeon first, so I can show you something you'll need there. But just before you go to the dungeon, by the way, guys, since even I can't go there before I get enough gear, just try going mining for a bit and get some, like, at least copper armor and lead armor something, because then you'll be a bit safer when you go to the dungeon. Actually a lot safer if you got lead armor. So this is what the dungeon looks like. It might be a different color, but don't speak, well, you can speak to this old man, but go close. You don't want to go you don't want to press any other options apart from close. And if it's night, you can go into a boss fight. That's not what you want to do. If you go too deep down here, you will get killed. Even at my level, I'll get one shot. So it does 1,000 damage if you go too deep. What you're looking for, though, is a special book. Very special book. Just mine up all the books until you find the special one. It's quite hard to see the difference. But yeah, I don't really want to die right now. Don't feel like it. Because I'm not sure if this dungeon has the right. That has a pink. No, that was just bomb. Oh no! We don't like them guys. They're the things that one-shot you, no matter what. Alright, I'm just gonna go to my world, my specific world, and show you the item you can get. I'll see you when I've got there. Alright, I'm in my world, and I'm in my house, and I'm just looking for this specific item. Let me remove this stuff. Alright, just wait until I find this specific item. Alright, guys, I've found it. If you mine up enough books in the dungeon, unless you obviously get killed because you can't find it, you'll find this book called a water bolt. Alright, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to go to the other world again to show you what it does. So I'll see you when I'm there. Alright, I'm here guys, and once you're there, what you want to do is grab your water bolt and just shoot it upwards. Alright, when you've shot it upwards enough, like if you shoot it upwards all the way along the world, go around the world shooting upwards, if you find one that bounces back down, again, as I did earlier, you want to build a tower really high up, but I can't really be bothered right now, so I'm just going to fly up, and I'll tell you guys when I, actually, you can just, yeah, I'll tell you guys when I find what you're looking for. Alright guys, this is what you're looking for. If you find a floating island with a house on top of it, just kill some eyeballs that are flying around, you'll find this chest in here. Now, what you might find is a lucky horseshoe, which when you equip it, whenever you fall, you don't take damage. So that is good for your first boss. Also, there's a chance you'll find a sword that shoots stars down from the sky. It's kind of like this, but shoots one star down at a time, and it only does like 20 damage. So that would also be good for you if you find that. And there's also a red balloon, which is called a shiny red balloon. Equip that, it increases your jump height. But if you only find that, I'd recommend looking for more. Even if you find the lucky horseshoe, I'd recommend looking for more, especially if you find the balloon. But the Star Fury is probably the best, which is what you might find. It's like a pink sword, kind of like this. Like there's just an alien guy here. You don't normally find them. You only find them at my level. So there's that. Once you've found one of these chests, get whatever's inside. If it's not a Star Fury, I'd recommend looking until you find the Star Fury. Especially if it's a shiny red balloon. Right, now I'll show you what you're meant to do second. I'll see you when I've gone there. Alright guys, what you're meant to do now is, once you've got good enough equipment, and you've got like lead armor, I would say, you should go from your world, go to find the corruption, which you might have found earlier when looking for the dungeon. So, go find the corruption, which I'm near in this world. Yeah, it's right here. So it might look like this. It's just basically purple. And look down these tunnels. I'd recommend using ropes to be safe. But when you're there, if you've got some bombs, well, this only works if you've got some bombs, or if it's close enough, you find one of these. I'd recommend like getting the demolitionist guy to move into your house, which create a suitable house. You can work that out on the Terraria wiki, and then you can get the demolitionist guy to move in, and you can buy some bombs from him. So you won't have a good enough pickaxe early on, but when you do,
you just mine down one of these holes, so you're in here. So you see this orb thingy. What you want to do is if you've crafted a hammer yet, which you should have by now, remove this, and then it'll drop something. In this case, I got a musket with 100 musket balls. That is a good drop. It does quite a good amount of damage, 32, and it's a gun, so you can definitely, that's very good for ones like Eye of Cthulhu. And just be ready before you start breaking these orbs, just in case a boss comes in, because that can happen. Alright, then the next time you do it, you might get a Vile Thorn. Summons a Vile Thorn. It only does 9 damage, so it's not the best, but it will help you. Then try not to die. I get exploded a lot by these guys. You don't actually get exploded, just a protection version. Alright, then find your next one by blowing stuff up, because you won't have a good enough pickaxe at this stage. Mine it. Alright, sometimes this boss will wait, and if you're not ready for it, well, you're kind of done for, I'd say, maybe. So just be ready. You'll get very good loot if you kill it, which I've almost done. Kind of being annoying. But just move faster. But, there we go. Wait for it to come. This is a very satisfying boss battle, by the way. Meteorite might land at this point for you, but you'll get pretty good ore. You can craft really good armor ready for Eye of Cthulhu with that. And you go over it to the next orb. Hopefully drop something good. It dropped me another Vile Thorn. But you might eventually find something which I want to show you getting. So I'll look for another orb. Yeah, there's one here. Find this one. Alright. Alright, go down here and destroy it. Alright, you get a band of star power, which increases maximum mana by another star. You get mana by grabbing fallen stars, crafting them together. Then you get a mana star, then consume it, then you get an extra mana point, which is the blue stars up here. I also recommend going underground before you battle your first boss, going underground and grabbing some heart container type things, life crystals you actually call them, and then consuming all of them. I recommend 400 health first, which is going up. The hearts will only be red at that point, but they'll be good enough. So yeah, I'd recommend getting them. The boss summons in again, quickly kill it. But I may as well use this weapon. Much quicker. What? Alright, get rid of that boss again. It It won't be that easy. It's not. It's like it won't be as easy for you to kill the boss. But if you do have to, you will get way luckier than me because I'm getting really unlucky trying to find this one item. Yeah, I'm really getting unlucky. Right, I will eventually find it, guys. I will eventually find it. Nope, I didn't get it yet. Right, I believe that I will get it the next one. I just have a feeling. You might get a rupee cushion as well by killing these guys. Suppose. Excuse me. Alright, this guy awoke again. How am I getting so unlucky? Alright, you'll basically eventually find this item. That basically you throw it, like, and then it lands on the ground and you can pull it back to you. I think it's called, ruler hurt. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. You'll find that from killing one of the orcs. If you get luckier than me, which you probably will. Once you've done that, right, I will eventually find it, guys. I will eventually find it. Nope, I didn't get it yet. Right, I believe that I will get it the next one. I just have a feeling. You might get a rupee cushion as well by killing these guys. Suppose. Excuse me. Alright, this guy awoke again. How am I getting so unlucky? Alright, you'll basically eventually find this item. That basically you throw it, like, and then it lands on the ground and you can pull it back to you. I think it's called, ruler hurt. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. You'll find that from killing one of the orcs. If you get luckier than me, which you probably will. Once you've done that, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. You'll find that from killing one of the orcs. If you get luckier than me, which you probably will.
Once you've done that, then you'll be ready for your first boss. Make sure to fill your hearts up to 400. Your hearts will be red. And so basically you're ready. Make sure to get some healing potions, lead armor, get your Star Fury out, equip your lucky horseshoe, which you'll just slide it, grab it from your inventory, slide it, put it here, shiny red balloon, grab it, slide it, put it in one of these spots. So that works. Right, then what you want to do is by killing these flying eyeballs, which you'll find, which are called demon eyes. If you kill enough of them, you'll get 6 lenses. I've only got 2. When you get six lenses, go to the corruption again and go down and you'll find an altar with spikes coming out of it. Go next to that and like you normally craft an eyeball, a suspicious looking eye, and when it just started being night, use it and then you can start battling the boss. So there's your tutorial for your first boss, Eye of Cthulhu. If you're in a Crimson World, basically do what I did. You'll find Crimson Hearts and you'll get similar items. And the Eye of Cthulhu is in the Crimson World as well. So there's that. I hope it helped you get your first boss, because first boss is normally the hardest one for you. So I hope that really helped you. If it did, make sure to just subscribe and like. So bye!